Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with another set to Black Mirror 2. Let's go look rummage through this plant.
A big house plant in a hefty flower pot. No idea what type it is. I know nothing about them. I can't find anything exciting. The plants don't look all that happy. But like I've said, I don't know much about either botany or the psyche of plants.
Okay. So yeah, let's just head to our room now then. So we need to distract him in order to grab the bottle of schnapps.
Room 13. That's Angelina's room.
Oh, that's literally right. Wow, we're super close to the entryway.
And that's my room, number 12. First I'll get rid of this rucksack, and then I need to find a way to get into Angelina's room. That's better.
Oh, we don't even get to see the room? What's this?
Strange. The wall doesn't look like it belongs here. Looks temporary to me. It's pretty dark back there. But it looks like the passage simply hasn't been renovated. I'd like to guess that this wall's been put up just to prevent the guests in the front part of the hotel from being disturbed while the restoration work's still going on in the back. Perhaps Murray ran out of cash, or he saw that he didn't need any more rooms. Whatever the case, the renovation didn't get finished. No. I don't think there's anything of interest waiting for me back there.
Okay. Newspaper? There's something else here.
There's a newspaper lying on the glass table. Maybe a service for the guests.
Oh, he is actually going to it.
Oh no, can't be. The paper's already several weeks old. Probably so little going on here that Murray hardly ever gets back here to tidy up. Nothing's older than yesterday's paper, but I don't have to read it. I think I'll just take a few pages.
Okay.
The idea is very much that you sit yourself in this armchair, read one of the books from over there, while quietly smoking a pipe or a cigar. Judging by the ashtray, it looks like that hasn't happened for some time though. It's sparkling clean. There's only a box of matches lying in it.
The matches, okay.
Allardyce matches. Sounds like there's still a few in here.
Okay, where else can I look at the bookshelf?
Let's see. A few crime stories, poetry collections, fairy tales, horror stories. Just the thing for a relaxing night in a hotel. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have one of those. A whole load of good books. But I don't know how they're supposed to help me in my search for Angelina. A whole load of good...
Okay, that's it for there. So I'm assuming at some point we are going to have to use the bookshelf for something. Maybe. Now there's the ivory outside, so let's see if we can need to climb through. Is that where I cause a mess and... Oh no.
That pile's not been here for long. A newspaper.
Okay, I put the newspaper on the pile. To wet it? Of course, there's a fountain here, so there's no point of that.
I've got the crumpled newspaper in the middle, next to the leaves which aren't so wet.
Oh. Oh. I see.
The newspaper's lit. The leaves next to it are just charring. They're not gonna burn, they're too damp for that.
Okay. But it should be enough to cause a bit of a ruckus.
Murray, there's smoke outside. I hope the hotel isn't gonna burn down around our heads.
Bugger! Oh!
Okay. He's ran out.
As long as Murray's outside putting out the fire, I can take Angelina's key unnoticed.
Okay, Darren, some urgency. You need to step it up. Please.
Now we'd like to have that. The key for room number 13. Hopefully I might find some evidence of Angelina's whereabouts in her room.
Okay, how about you do that while walking, talk while walking away, please. Also, can we take this bottle of schnapps? Oh, or not. I mean, you could take the
Those
bottle at
little
the same
brats.
time.
They've no idea how dangerous that is. They should...
the young are really bad.
Okay, damn. Well, we don't need it yet, so either way, we have the room key. Again, rather wary that we're so close to the entryway. Darren, at least close the door.
Let's see. A few clothes hangers, a clothes rail, a few drawers. Everything empty and squeaky clean. Also, when I look inside again, the robe's completely empty. A thick, heavy, and very old-fashioned bedspread. There are woolen threads around the edges. I can't take the cover, but I can take the wooden thread as a souvenir. It wouldn't be the first time something like that had come in useful.
The what? Okay. A souvenir, you say? Sure, Darren.
A thick-walled but relatively squat glass. You'd normally be drinking a drop of the hard stuff out of this kind of glass. A thick-walled but interesting. Several cut lemons, and there's a sliver of wood stuck in one of them. She didn't eat the lemons, that much is clear. Lemons and a sliver of wood. That rings a bell somehow.
That does? I don't know what that could be.
Here's a few sheets of writing paper. Now, did Angelina make any notes about her investigations? The paper looks completely unused. I won't find anything here.
Okay. There won't be anything under this rug, would there? Okay. Nothing.
A white painted ribbed radiator. The heating's lukewarm. I don't see anything that might be significant.
Okay, I'm sorry. Why is her picture just hanging on the wall?
What's that? One of the pictures I took of Angelina. That's gotta be a clue for me. So it is. There are a few white notes on the back of the picture.
Okay. I was wondering, like, why would her picture be there? How'd she hang it up, too? Assuming she just took a picture down from somewhere else. Though, man, she's got the frame and everything.
A completely normal tube TV, like most folks have at home. A little cupboard. Looks rather like an antique. And inside there's... Sleeping potion. Now could that be Angelina's? Maybe she was having nightmares from all that business. What the hell have I gotten her into?
Okay. Let's read this.
Strange. There are 2 sheets of writing paper, folded twice, but there's nothing on them. Either it's a secret message written in invisible ink, or the empty pages themselves are some kind of clue. But right now, though, I have no idea myself.
This is what the lemons are for.
Nothing special. A typical hotel bathroom, like you can find all over the world.
Okay.
I'll put the thread in the glass, thus making it a woolen thread in a whiskey glass.
Okay. Okay, so you can't do anything with the... Is there something with this? No?
That's not gonna work too well. The woolen thread will burn way too fast. Something's missing.
What in the world are we doing? Is there anything more in the bed I can do?
The bed looks old-fashioned, but I really can't allow myself.
Okay, hold on. TV set. We already got that thing there. So we're gonna burn the matches, but I don't know what's supposed to be in the glass. Okay, well at least you closed the door behind you.
That's my room. Like all the rooms here are
Okay. Literally nothing else. Oh, the snaps, right?
a whole load of good books. But I don't know how they're supposed to help me.
Okay.
No.
Okay, we don't have anything to talk to him about.
I'd rather chop my hand.
So I'm wondering, like, do I do the same? I doubt it, but... Yeah, oh wait, we do have the matches. Yeah, no, it's not gonna go again. I figured, but...
You can hardly tell the heap's been burning. There are only a few of the inner leaves which show signs. All that's left of the paper is ash.
Are we supposed to put him to sleep somehow?
If at all, that thing was maybe used during the first months when the place opened. I'd like to bet it hasn't turned a wheel since.
Okay, let's just see what else I can get rid of in terms of the interest points.
It's probably crockery that was intended for the guests. I can't see anything special about it.
Okay, that's done with.
I can't do a thing with the other postcards. It's already bad enough that I've been supporting Murray and his rip-off business by buying the map. A whole row of old-fashioned lockboxes. Although they're only made of wood, they look like they're still tricky to break open. Who should I call? Even if there was some... The hotel's reputation, you understand?
He's standing right in front of you, dude. Okay, how do I take this bottle of schnapps? What? I thought you said when he wasn't looking.
Voila! A bottle of alcohol.
Okay, never mind. Whatever. Let's just go back to the room.
Great. The woolen thread is acting like a wick and soaking up the alcohol. Looks like I've rediscovered the world's oldest artificial light source.
Okay, just making sure.
Awesome. My little fire's lit. It was working like that 10,000 years ago, too. Now what do I do with it?
What? I'm trying to grab this.
So, let's see. Ah, at last. There's Angelina's message. Sunday, 1600. I don't know what's supposed to be so special
about Willow Creek. It all seems so forlorn, poor and desolate. Hopefully I won't have to disappoint Darren. He's helped me so much, and I only now hope that I can help him too. Sunday, 9 p.m. That Porter Murray is a damned shark. He had money off me for every single bit of info. I'm not doing that again. I'll go to the library tomorrow, and there's supposed to be a town museum too. Maybe I'll pick up something there about Darren's castle. Monday, 11 a.m. Black Mirror was built in the 14th century by the two brothers, Marcus and Mordred Gordon. The brothers argued and virtually waged war with each other. To this day, descendants of the Gordon line still inhabit Black Mirror Castle. They will, however, soon die out. The last young Gordon died 12 years ago, having committed suicide. Monday, 2 p.m. I've got something on the tree symbol that Darren discovered on Boris's ring. The symbol is mentioned in the Chronicle of the Gordon family. I also stumbled across it in the library. It's the symbol of a secret society, a kind of sect that wants to summon up dark powers and uses corpses in the process. What if Boris is one of them? Monday, 4 p.m. I found out in the pub that people believe there's a curse on Black Mirror Castle and the Gordon family. Maybe I'll change the topic of my degree thesis. I'd much rather write about accursed castles, though I can't see my good Prof. Hubbard being too thrilled about the idea. Monday, 9 p.m. He's here. Reginald Boris is here in Willow Creek. I've just seen him sneaking about the hotel. What should I do? Is he here because of me? Now, of all times, right when I want to investigate the passage. I'm not going to let myself be stopped, but I'll send off some insurance.
Okay.
Oh man. Reginald Boris. Angelina had been doing some research, and Boris had caught her at it. Now, he's holding her prisoner, and... does he want to lure me to him? In Maine, he wanted to take me on a journey. Is this all about me? Whatever the reason for all this might be, Angelina doesn't have anything to do with it. She's got into danger because she wanted to help me. It's my fault if something happens to her. I ought to go into the village and listen around. Angelina was there. But I need to be careful. I don't know who might belong to this order that Angelina warned me about.
Okay. I'm assuming we don't. Right, let's exit. And head into town. Whoa. You just dropped those books.
We all know that old one.
What do you mean?
A young, attractive lady is carrying a stack of books and lets them fall at the feet of the hero.
Excuse me? I'm the librarian here, so it's quite right that I should be carrying books around the place. Young? Attractive? Well, I'll accept that. But why do you consider yourself to be a hero?
You're the librarian? Oh, then you can definitely tell me something worth knowing about this place, Miss,
Valley. You're American?
Okay.
Darren Michaels. Do I really sound American?
Oh, yes. Now let me see. Your accent is non-rhotic. That is, you don't sound the phoneme R at the end of a syllable, or before consonants. And you have hard A sounds. That's the famous Boston accent.
Awesome! I really do come from Boston.
I've spent half my life in books, so something has to have stuck.
So then you can probably tell a damn Yankee something about Willow Creek?
What do you want to know?
I mean, she's probably expecting a certain set of questions considering the place's reputation. Which, hello, look, sanatorium.
I'm staying at the Gordon's Palace Hotel.
Really? You're letting yourself get ripped off by that old so-and-so Murray?
The building is supposed to have had a terrible past.
That's true.
It would seem that all of the male Gordons were a little bit crazy.
The curse of the Gordons.
Please don't tell me you believe in all that hokum.
I never used to.
You English. You like your ghost stories and all that a little too much.
Okay, what? Why did you...
That's the obligatory village pub. It never was a great place, but since the old landlord left, it really has gone downhill. The new landlord is Tom, the chap at the chili stall. The fair will be here for a few more days yet, but I wouldn't bet that it'll be coming back again.
Okay, why did the conversation from the sanatorium go somehow segue to the bar and Tom?
Well, is there anything about Willow Creek that's worth knowing?
Not a lot. There must have been a settlement there for a good 1,000 years or so. They found remains dating back that far.
Yeah, a stone circle in a forest. So I've heard.
Yes, there's one of those. It really only kind of got going around the 13th century when there was a monastery built in the neighborhood. Also a church and the first part of a castle.
And more recently?
You're talking about the murders. That's 12 years ago now. Let's not talk about those.
Oh, okay. We're okay. What's with this walking and then stopping? What's going on? I guess this is a tour of a very small section of Willow Creek.
Back there by the town hall is my empire, the library. Perhaps it's because there's otherwise so little going on here. There are plenty of people who like to and who do read a lot. Sadly, often all the wrong things. Trashy stuff and the cheapest pulp lit are in high demand.
Okay, so I think that's literally what's happening. She's giving Darren a tour, and while they are touring, he's asking the particular questions that he wants to ask.
The castle nearby, isn't that the famous Black Mirror Castle?
It certainly is. Its inhabitants have influenced things around here for centuries. Sometimes for the good, sometimes rather more negatively.
How do you mean that?
Everything around here belongs to the Gordons. In the old days, virtually everything that went on here was all decided in the castle. Just what could happen in the village, and what could not.
And who lives in the castle today?
Lady Victoria Gordon, the last of the Gordons, her old butler Bates, and her late brother's widow, Lady Eleanor. I think there are a few other servants too.
this used to be the pawn shop. The museum.
That's the museum. If you want to know more about Willow Creek, then that's the place to be. At least in the front bit.
What's in the back?
The newly opened Black Museum. Cheap special effects animation. Horror and titillation at others' expense.
Okay.
What's wrong with the Black Museum? Why should you get so wound up about it?
It's not about informing people. Nothing to do with knowledge. It's about putting blood and suffering on display.
I'm afraid that's what folks are interested in.
Because they want to gawk. These are the same people who would rather photograph an accident than help out. They don't share in any of the misfortunes of those behind the spectacle.
Can you help me with the symbol? A tree where the roots reach around and up into the branches. That mean anything to you?
Where do you know that from?
You know something about it?
You ought to forget about it again as soon as possible.
I stumbled across it in Maine, and now I'd like to know if it...
Maine? You come... But you said Boston. I've still got something to finish. Good day.
Miss Valley, listen!
Okay.
And she's gone.
So where...
What was that all about?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so there's a museum we can look at. There's a bunch of things we can look at. Well, there's things we can look at and there's places we can enter.
A big barrel. It's supposed to collect rainwater. Although it's always raining here, that barrel is almost empty. Seems to have a leak somewhere.
Okay.
Willow Creek Museum. That sign must have cost the townsfolk quite a bit.
Why would it cost them quite a bit? I don't understand. Come on, Darren, please do the fast walking. I sure double-clicked. Don't look suspicious, just going for a stroll. Dear God, why are you so walking like that? Please.
The library. Miss Valley's Empire. The light is off and the door is locked. I'll have to come back later.
Okay. And she might have... Angelina might have left a clue.
The clock on the tower is huge. However, it seems to have stopped.
Okay, so no maintenance.
That must be the town hall. There's no church in the village, but I saw one on the way here. The houses here look just as dilapidated as the rest of the place. The village comes to an end less than 100 yards from here. I hardly think there's a quaint alleyway, a picturesque canal, or a peaceful courtyard hidden around the corner. Actually, I'm quite sure there isn't.
Okay. Oh shoot. No! I single-clicked, so he has to do this long walk. Just going for a stroll. I need you to teleport, please.
An old rope. It's wrapped around the pole up there, and the other end disappears into the canal. I can't make out where it leads. The water's too dirty. Aha, a little bucket. Perhaps one of the residents wants to save money by collecting some of his water from the canal. The bucket is full of canal water. It seems quite clean in the bucket. At least it looks cleaner than when it was in the canal. The bucket is full of canal water.
Okay, so that might be for something later on. Alright, into the pub we go. But first, let's look at everything here.
I can scarcely recognize what's on the board. It must have been written weeks ago. The wind and the rain have done their worst since then. An overturned beer keg. Pure show for the tourists, I reckon. Even here, they're hardly likely to still get their beer delivered in wooden barrels. Empty. Exactly like in this place here. The
Here comes
building
this
looks like
inn.
it was renovated years back, but has been completely neglected ever since. There's dirt and dust all over the walls. A hose pipe would work wonders. The pub looks anything other than promising. If I was a routine tourist, it would never cross my mind to go in there to get a drink, let alone to eat.
Okay.
I don't know what these kind of windows are called. There are lots of little glass panes and a lead lattice. They're much cheaper than big panes, since you can use broken pieces in them too.
You don't know what stain. I'm assuming, unless it's not stained glass window.
Taking into account this country's food culture and the look of the pub, I'm not gonna go to the trouble of decoding the culinary delights. Some hand towels which have been hung out to dry. The rooms above a pub are traditionally inhabited by the landlord and his family. Even from down here, you can still see stains on the towels. But I don't need one anyway.
Okay, I just see this swinging rope in it. Willow Creek. Is that also to Willow Creek? Okay.
That's got...
Oh. I'm assuming, yeah, door to pub is closed, right? So you won't be able
The
to get
pub's
in?
still shut. I'll have to come back later.
Okay. So let's walk over here.
Huh. Gas bottles. A red and a blue one. Probably to fuel the grill, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Okay.
A chili stall. A bit tatty. And it doesn't look like there's too much going on. Chili, hot chili, super hot chili, Guatemalan hellish hot chili. Well, looks like they might be selling chili here. Willie's Texas Chili. Now that sure makes me feel right at home. Public festival. Only without a public. There's barely a dozen folks here. And at least 2 stalls and the swing boats have already shut up shop. It's simply not worth it.
Okay.
I don't reckon I'm gonna make too much progress here at the fair. The show people aren't from around here and won't be able to help me for sure.
Alright, let's
A
talk to
chili
Tom.
stall. A bit tatty. And a
Okay. Talk to Tom, not Saul.
Hi there.
What would you like? Normal or extra?
What?
Normal chili or extra hot chili?
I actually didn't want any chili. I only wanted to ask a couple of questions.
Nobody gets paid for just standing around.
All those other folks can wait.
Not exactly backwards and coming forwards, are we? I like it. What do you want?
What can you tell me about Willow Creek?
No idea. I was born here and I'll die here, I suppose.
Doesn't exactly sound like there's much going on here.
So there isn't. 10, 12 years ago, it was good here for a while. You could make good money, what with all the tourists. We all thought things were on the up, but it never was. Loads of people lost money, they invested, and then bit by bit the visitors stopped coming.
Yeah, take old Murray and his hotel, for example.
It's still kind of half okay there. He's got a finger in most things round here and takes his cut. There's plenty more, though, that really caught a cold. They went bust. 2, 3 of them hanged themselves.
What can you tell me about Miss Valley?
She's a nutter. She's been in the loony bin. She belongs back in there, too. That's what I say.
So, what's wrong with her?
She never got over what happened to her brother.
So? Come on then. What about it?
12 years ago. A series of murders. The murder that caused the biggest sensation all across the country was when little Vic Valley was killed. A little boy who was murdered by Samuel Gordon in a stone circle in the forest. And in a very nasty way, too.
That's really awful. And Miss Valley...
Well, she's the sister. She found him the next day. It really screwed her up. Stopped eating, didn't speak to anyone anymore. When she swallowed a load of rat poison, she was committed.
Oh, jeez. And in spite of all that, she's come back out now and is back living in Willow Creek of all places?
Turned up here again a few years back. The doctors reckoned it would be better for her, but once you've had roof damage, then, well, it's always gonna leak, isn't it? That's what I say.
Okay, sir. We're just...
What can you tell me about the museum?
That's another brilliant idea from the town hall. Who, I ask you, wants to see that load of old crap in there?
Who are you?
What's that got to do with you?
My name's Darren. I'm studying English literature and would like to learn more about the country and its people. That sound familiar to you?
Should it?
A fellow student of mine may well have been around here recently.
No idea.
You'd have noticed her. Tall, pretty...
Haven't seen her, and I'm here pretty much all day, hunkered down here. My name's Tom.
So, not exactly a lot going on round here then.
You think I don't know that? Crowds of folk from all over the place. Loads of hungry customers, you said. And then it's getting worse by the year.
Isn't Willow Creek also a bit too small for a fair?
Those clever pillocks in the town hall had it all worked out. They reckoned that people from all round these parts would come here. It used to work out okay, too. Everybody wanted to come and have a look at the murder capital. But nowadays, it's just one big loss maker.
The people just aren't gonna be drawn here by a couple of carousels and a few stalls.
And who has to foot the bill for all these fantastic ideas? Me.
Huh, okay.
Is the pub yours?
Where'd you hear that?
Miss Valley reckons it is.
You shouldn't get involved with that nutter. She's a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
When's the pub open?
This evening, after I've shut down the store. Those commercial Einsteins in the town hall make me keep open from 11 in the morning to at least 5 p.m. And in the meantime, I've sold just about sod all. If it was down to me, I'd have chucked all this lot here in the harbour by now. Shoved it up the Lord Mayor's arse.
I need to get on.
So yeah, I'm done talking with you. Bye. Is that it? Yeah, I guess that's it. So... Okay, so the stall and the pub are basically the same thing. I guess the only thing we can look at now is the museum. Just checking my time.
The flight was supposed to be cheap, but the airport is in the middle of nowhere. The taxi here was more expensive than a private jet.
Calm down, Albert.
And on top of that, your friend's guidebook is totally out of date.
You were happy that we didn't have to buy one. No one could have guessed that so much would change here within a few years.
Yeah. Just shut up, okay?
Okay, so we're not the only tourists in town? What was this? Someone broke into this.
A broken display cabinet. Nothing in it, of course.
Is this the one from the castle?
I don't really understand why there's a globe here. I bet most of the people here haven't even seen the neighboring village, let alone the rest of the world. An old cast iron stove. Does that belong to the exhibition? I doubt it. A barrel, like the ones all over the village. I guess there used to be a blossoming barrel industry here.
See if he says
Reminds
anything
me
more
of my
about these
mom's tiled
items.
stove. I always felt good when it was cold outside and the wood was crackling in the stove. It says Black Ball of Destiny on the sign. Alright, I'm apparently standing right next to Samuel's corpse. Other than that, there's nothing here.
Okay. Let's look at the brochures.
Postcards, brochures, and advertisements from Willow Creek. Here's some info about the library. Shame, the opening times aren't mentioned. And here are the local places of interest. This seems to be a tourist information office, as well as a museum. But there's nothing really interesting there.
Okay, anything else? There's all this stuff here.
And here, you can see the world-famous milk churns of Willow Creek. Yay, a treasure chest! I found the treasure! Now I'm rich! That's just a stupid empty chest.
We hope so.
Eddie would have fun with this shelf. There are normal plates, painted plates, decorated plates, and glasses with soil. I don't really want to know anymore.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to end the set here, and we'll continue on to the next set. I had been doing hour-long sets for the previous, but I think I had to go back to 40 minutes just because of my time. So either way, thank you for liking if you like, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!